Good evening, everyone. In today's video, we're going to go over the technique that I use that allows me to detail the boot area of the Ferrari without draining the battery. As we all know, Ferraris are notorious for having weak batteries, and I, like most owners, keep mine on a tender all of the time when it's not in use. Now, the way these cars are designed, when you open the boot lid, it turns the light on, which of course we know at night, taking things in, putting them out, you want a light. But there are other times, like when I'm detailing this entire area, vacuuming all in here, pulling the leather goods out to treat the leather, detailing around the seals and that area back around here. There are times when this lid will be up for quite some time and we don't want the drain on the battery. Particularly if you're at a car show, you're taking stuff in and out, you want to do a little touch up. You know, you don't want to get stranded. And is it nitpicking? Yes, that's just me. I've got ADHD, OCD, and all the other alphabet soup problems. So, so I'm very picky about my cars. I literally use a Q-tip to detail my cars. So we all know that when the boot lid is up, that little fella comes on. And if I'm going to be detailing it for an hour or three, I don't want that light on the entire time. So I'm going to go over the technique that I use that will allow you to turn the light off, do all the detailing you want, and then be able to shut the boot lid properly. So right now I have mashed the boot release on the inside, of course, and the mechanism, as can be seen here, is in the release position. Now you have a couple of different mechanisms here. You have the lever that you move with your hand to raise the lid, and then you have the housing of the mechanism. But what we're going to devote our attention to today is the latch. The latch is in the middle, okay? I'm going to zoom in there so you can see it. So what you want to do after you have raised your boot lid, take your thumb and just push. So now the car thinks that the boot lid is closed and it turns the light off. And you can leave it up as long as you want to. If you accidentally get moisture in here, somehow water gets in there and you want it to air out so you don't get mold and mildew, this is what you want to do. You want to leave that boot lid up for quite some time, particularly in the sun, because that black felt, it will dry very, very quickly. So now that the light is turned off, we can do everything we want to do. However, it is of the utmost importance that we remember that right now, that is in the closed position. So as a demonstration, the boot lid will, and I'm going to do this very carefully, the boot lid will not properly close because the latch is in the way, okay? It has moved to the closed position. So when using this procedure, the main thing to remember is before you want to close the boot lid again, go in the car, turn on the ignition, and hit the boot release switch again. That will open the mechanism and allow you to close the lid properly. When you do that, the light comes back on, just like it was when I opened it at the start of the video. So that will allow you to close the lid properly. So I hope you found this video enjoyable, entertaining, and educational. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of just entertaining and educational videos on all the little quirks of the Ferrari and various other vehicles that are in inventory here in the collection. So as always, thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a great day.